Hi, my name's Yolanda, and I am here today on behalf of my group to share our funding submission for the Families First program. Before I get started, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Darug people, and I would like to pay my respect to elders past, present, and emerging generations. Thank you. So, what are the facts? 5,338 children in out of home care were restored with their families between 2019 to 2020. 1,567 of these children were Indigenous. Restoration rates are lower for Indigenous children at 15% than non Indigenous children at 21%. Of the 5,280 children who were exited from out of home care to reunification between 2018 and 2019, 16.7% returned to out of home care. According to the New South Wales Government Communities and Justice Department, it is likely that a child's place in the out of home care system will expire on the young person's 16th or 18th birthday. While the government does attempt to provide these children with the best plan for leaving care, not all children have the capacity to thrive in a more independent lifestyle. Burke et al. Noted in a research report that 51.3% of children leaving the out of home care system did not have a case plan that addressed what they would need to manage after leaving care. The populated caseworkers also outlined that 84.2% of these children would need assistance in finding somewhere suitable to live, and 71.1% of children would need help finding employment. The reality. A Swinburne University national study published in 2016 revealed that teens were being evicted from the foster care system before their 18th birthday due to lack of funding and overcrowding within the out of home care system. It also revealed that within 1 year of being evicted from the foster care placements, most young people will experience homelessness, unemployment, become teenage parents, or have contact with the youth justice system. What alternatives are there? For children who have parents or guardians that want to restore them to the family home and have the potential to improve their own situation and their child's, why not have a program to assist in this endeavour? There needs to be a program that's in place that will provide tailored services to the parents of the vulnerable children so that there is a stable, secure, and loving home in place. Such a program would aim to strengthen, empower, and support the preservation of families. Within countries like the United States, United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Canada, support can be extended up to 21 years, which allows children that do not have an opportunity to be restored to their parents to be able to stay in the out of home care system longer. An independent review of the out of home care system in New South Wales found that the system is ineffective and unsustainable, failing to improve the long term outcomes for the child due to the lack of investment in family restoration services. A program like Family First would support children to be restored to their parents and ensure that they do not have to spend as long time in the out of home care system. So what is Families First? Families First is a therapeutic and trauma-informed restoration program that supports parents to make the necessary changes to create a safe home for their children and have them restored back to their care. Parents, Families First staff, and external services work together to achieve restoration and provide support and education to parents to ensure that once their children are restored to their care, they are able to consistently meet their children's needs and keep them safe. The Families First program works closely with parents for 18 to 24 months. Parents are required to work with Family First for a minimum of 6 months before restoration takes place, and then an additional 9 to 12 months post restoration. Once restoration has occurred, it is critical for families to continue working with Families First to ensure that parents have support while they are implementing the knowledge and skills that they have developed at Families First into their home to support their children to have a smooth transition back to their care. Post restoration engagement is crucial as it lowers the risk of children re entering the out of home care system. The Families First program works from a trauma informed and strengths based practice model. Our core values are respect, equality, trust, responsibility, and empathy. So what is Families First? Eligibility. For parents to be eligible for the Families First program, they must have the following: a child who is currently in the out of home care system, an allocated caseworker from DCJ, restoration has been deemed by DCJ and the Children's Court as a possibility or is likely to be a possibility in the near future. Parents must be willing to engage with the program. Parents must have a shared understanding of the concerns raised by DCJ and the Children's Court and have some level of capacity and insight into the circumstances and experiences that led their children to be brought into care. The Families First service model. The Family First program provides the client with the following: case management, an individual case plan that focuses on the tasks required for restoration, support with court and understanding court documents, facilitation of family contact visits at our centres, referral and liaison with external specialised services such as mental health, housing, domestic violence, and alcohol and drug services, facilitation of parenting groups at our centres, and progress reports to court for ongoing restoration matters. Funding. Financial sustainability plan. The project organisers have taken proper research to consider various options in maintaining a steady flow of funds, which includes a long-term vision, creating an inventory of resources, and maintaining regular involvement of key stakeholders. The project organisers have identified specific needs of the target group in which the service is to be delivered, such as 84.2% of children in out of home care would need assistance in finding somewhere suitable to live. Therefore, the need for funded activity is crucial through establishing a professional relationship with the relevant stakeholders by developing long-term partnerships with the donors to investigate possible funding bodies. The project represents value for money. Evidence-based statements have clearly outlined how the project will achieve the objectives for all stakeholders, which includes value for money within the grant of funding. Demonstrating the capacity to meet funding requirements. Detailed descriptions have been developed by the project organisers to clearly state how the link between the amount of funding sought and the proposed outcomes to the community or target group will achieve value for money. For the continuous improvement and evaluation of the project. The project organisers have demonstrated a clear understanding of the project's possible outcomes by developing strategies in how to engage and deliver services within the community. So, to summarise what we have talked about today, I'm going to remind you of the current issues we discussed with the New South Wales out of home care system. So, teenagers are being evicted from the foster care system before their 18th birthday due to the lack of funding and overcrowding within the out of home care system across Australia. Consequently, within 1 year of being evicted from their foster care placement, most young people will experience homelessness, unemployment, become teenage parents, or have contact with the youth justice system. Our Families First program would work with parents to have their children restored to their care rather than having them remain in the out of home care system and then exited into the community without any supports. Our program is a therapeutic and trauma informed program that supports parents to make the changes to ensure that their children are safe when they return to their care. Our proposal for the Family First model is to have parents participating in programs that provide case management, case planning, focusing on the task required for court, support with court in general, and facilitation of family time and contact visits. We would also do referral and liaison with external specialised services such as mental health, housing, DV services, and alcohol and drug services. Families First program would be the most suitable to undertake this funding in providing a significantly important program to some of the most vulnerable and underfunded target groups. Our organisation would be the most advantageous to execute the program and utilise the funding by targeting and working intrinsically with the individuals and families that unfortunately fall into this identified gap within the current service and practice programming. The program model has been completely set up and we have applied for the relevant funding in order to get the program into the community. We feel that we can make an important difference in the lives of those families who have been separated but have the willingness and capacity to be restored and brought back together, which is the ultimate outcome for all.